Hey there, it's CJ Willie, and I'm cracking a pack today. I'm back with pack number 33 in my 1988 Topps Mini Leaders box. I'm trying to see how many packs I have to crack to get all 77 cards to complete the set. I've included the link to the preview video in the description below, which gives a little explanation on the set and the highlights of what I could pull in cracking these packs. Since each pack only has 7 cards in it, I'm going to guess which category or categories the player led their league, and I'll flip the card over to see if I was right or how very bad my memory was of the 1987 MLB season. I have 4 packs left, and I need 16 more cards to get set number 3. I'm gonna get 28 cards, so I only got about a 12 card, leeway. So hopefully I'm going to get a lot more triplicates and no more quadruplicates. So let's crack it and see what we need to get. Well, here's a quadruplicate, so that's not too good of a start. It's going to be tight. I don't know if I'm going to be able to pull it off. Hopefully I can. All right, so let's get rid of, the spring training fever. Get that out of the way. And see what we've got. Okay, Mike Doon came up with the Cardinals, was traded as part of the Andy Van Slyke, Mike LaVallee, Mike Doon trade to get Tony Pena. I was not a fan of the deal. Good news is this is one of the triplicates that we need. Doon was a league leader, I believe, in ERA, and that was it. Yep, he was second in ERA with 303, 9th in victories, and 10th in complete games. Next we have Rickey Henderson. So that is a triplicate we need. So that's kind of good news. Henderson was a league leader in stolen bases only. He was 5th in steals. It was one of the rare times during the 80s that he didn't lead the league in steals, mainly because he missed a good part of the season with injury. Yep. 41 steals, and he only played in 95 games. If he plays a full season, he leads the league for sure. Next is Howard Johnson. So another triplicate that I need. Howard Johnson was the starting third baseman for the Mets in the mid to late 80s and early part of the 90s. Got a World Series ring in 84 with the Tigers, then was part of a trade that winter. And then 2 years later with the Mets in 86 won a World Series. Hojo was a league leader, I believe, in RBI. I can't remember what else he was a league leader in. Game-winning RBI, home runs with 36, 8th in walks, and 10th in runs batted in. Okay, Wally Joyner is a quadruplicate, so that's not great. Joyner came up in 86 with the Angels, part of Wally World in Anaheim. Helped push the Angels to the playoffs in 86, at which they would lose to the Red Sox in tragic fashion. Looked like they were going to clinch the series in, I think it was Game 6, and Dave Henderson hit a home run off Donnie Moore to kind of break the Angels' heart. They never really mounted much more in the way of playoffs for quite a while, but Joyner was a big part of it. 87 was his best statistical year as a league leader in home runs and RBI. So he was 3rd in home runs and 4th in RBI. Willie Randolph is our next card. That is I think that might be a triplicate, so we may get lucky here. Randolph never really led the league in a lot, and I don't remember too much of what he led the league in 87, but I think it may have been doubles, I want to say, maybe walks. It was on-base percentage, 4th with 411. Next is Hatcher, Billy Hatcher with the Astros. So that isn't one of the triples that we need, but it is a card that will definitely help us out. So he was 3rd in steals with 53. I've said a lot about Hatcher. I guess when I get to the quadruplicates, I get a little too fast and I can't recall exactly what they led the league in. But Hatcher was a great Astros. If you really want to know more about Hatcher and his 1990 World Series run with the Reds, which was record-setting, take a look at his baseball stats. And then finally we have a triplicate with Rick Sutcliffe, or no, quadruplicate, sorry, with Rick Sutcliffe. Sutcliffe was a league leader in wins. I don't think in ERA, but he helped the Cubs to a number of playoffs in 84 and in 88. finished out his career with the Orioles and Cardinals. Sutcliffe had a pretty good career when he came with the Dodgers. Spent a lot of time not starting, but in their bullpen. Eventually, he gained a foothold in the starting rotation and had a pretty decent career. Currently, he is a major league analyst. So I believe, if I remember right, he was the league leader in wins and ERA. So first in victories, sixth in strikeouts, sixth in innings, seventh in complete games, and eighth in games started. Wasn't a league leader in ERA, had a 3.68 ERA. Nowadays, that's a league leader, but back then, not as great. So, card I want to spotlight out of the pack, or favorite card, I'm going to go with Wally Joyner. Wally Joyner is one of the players that I do a PC on, not to a very high level, mainly a lot of just base cards. But Wally Joyner was one of my favorite players in the mid to late 80s. Came out gangbuster style in Anaheim, part of the young Angels core that they were putting together. Unfortunately, they had a really good run in 86, but then it took them a while till they were back into the playoffs. Wally Joyner had a couple of really great first years, home runs and RBI. He was always a good hitter with batting average. Eventually moved on to the Royals, where he had a decent career. Never really got the same amount of home runs. Usually it was between 10 and 17 home runs, but got on base, had a decent number of RBI, made it back to the playoffs, I think in 98. I think it was right toward the end of his career where he was with the Padres, and they went to the World Series and lost to the Yankees. But anyway, hope you enjoyed the video. If you did like it, please subscribe and share. Also share with me in the comments section what was your favorite card or what you thought was the best card in the pack. Till next time, when I'm back to crack the next pack of 1988 Topps Mini Leaders in my quest to complete set number 3.